Hey zoners, picture perfects conversation is back, and I got a photo guide here that is a pleasure to share the screen with. Somebody that I've been able to see navigate in person, but watching him from afar online and just seeing the beautiful work that he consistently puts in, the consistency, and let's not to mention the splash of personality that he chooses to unleash every so often and give us a pleasurable experience. This is the platform where I have conversations with those that thrive behind the camera. So I got a special guest here, Mr. Photo God. Please introduce yourself to the people and let them know why they should know you. Because I know you. Why should they?
Well, I appreciate the hospitality and having me on the talk show because I think what you're doing is cool because the creatives and the inspiration behind the lens have a lot to share and some good
Absolutely,
insight, and us creatives got to stick together and build each other
absolutely,
up too. So
absolutely.
uh,
Thank you, brother.
yeah, my official name is Kawika, but everyone calls me KMM or KMM Productions. That's what I'm known for. Those are my initials. But I am, I guess you could say, known for my posing on the gram.
that
If
that
you've
that was
shot with
that was
me,
high on my list.
if you've shot with me, you know I do the poses for you first. So you're welcome.
How long did it take you to perfect those poses?
I think I'm still working through the clocks, because I don't think it's never perfect, really. Funny that we're on the perfect podcast, right? But no, I think we can always evolve with those, and I'm constantly on set, kind of like tweaking it, and I'm like, I may have a pose in my head, and then the model comes on stage, and I'm like, yeah, that didn't look like I thought it would. So then I'm like, off the cuff, and it's okay. It's not the model's fault. It's not my fault. It's just ideas or ideas. So there's no shame in an idea that flops. It's a
Absolutely,
pivot. It's a pivot to something else that makes your subject look better than even you could have expected. So, but
absolutely.
yeah, I think I'm always evolving on the posing ideas.
Curious, did it start as seriousness but inject some of your personality, or was it like a joke and you just kind of went with it?
Yeah, so you kind of nailed it on the head right there. It was a serious thing because me as an artist behind the lens, I believe in the direction, So I
Absolutely,
believe in a subject having something to look at, something to go off of, because we're very visual learners as people. Some artists are enough where they go like they hear it and they go, "Yep, I got it." Most of us are not. Most of us thrive on the visual aspect of show me and then I'll try it. So it
absolutely.
started off as, a serious thing, but then it's funny when you put a trending audio on this pose, a funny movie quote on this pose that I'm doing bent over the couch, the viral nature speaks for itself. So it then became a comedic outlet because at my heart I'm a dork. You can never fix that about me. So I bring the dorky, corny energy to the set, and my clients have appreciated that because whether they're nervous or haven't done a photo shoot before. I always love the first timers because I'm like, sweet, I get to mold you like Play-Doh, like show you how
Absolutely.
your face looks, how your body moves, things like that. So it started out as a serious thing, then gradually turned into my dorky personality coming to life, and kind of merging those two assets into one. So
I love it. I actually saw your work before I actually met you, and I didn't know you were who you were when I met you at the
really,
we did the
yeah,
mansion shoot, the power shoot. But I remember seeing a couple of ladies that you had shot with and seeing the personality there. And then when I shot alongside you, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is the sauce.
yeah.
So it was good to see it up and personal. It felt very authentic, and it's a
Thank
great
you.
way to kind of disarm, and not in necessarily in a bad way, but you get to yeah, disarm is probably the best term that I would utilize to describe for the model, depending on their level, like you mentioned, and let them know like, hey, like I'm gonna show you this. Clearly, you're gonna do it better, but and then
You're gonna
you,
get
you
a laugh along the way too.
absolutely, which allows them to relax a little and just kill it.
Yeah.
and do
for
it way
sure.
better than you could have ever imagined.
And I'm glad you brought that meeting up because we met at the mansion shoot, right? And shout out Petal because if she's watching this,
Absolutely.
Petal, you know what's up. What's up,
What's
Petal?
up,
But
Paddle?
she is one of the greatest posers
Absolutely.
of her landscape, her art too. And posing her and directing her is so easy and effortless because she just knows what she's about, and that fit that worked with her, and it was just the perfect setting. But what I like about that is that's when I first met you, but we had two different styles of photography
Absolutely.
on that same set. And it's
Absolutely.
really cool that you can see the same subject in the same setting, natural light here, strobe and lighting over on your side. And that's
Absolutely.
what's so cool about what we do is there's so many different tweaks and inspirations you can get from looking at someone else's and their point of
Absolutely.
view. Like what does Court see that I don't, you know, and like
Absolutely.
what is he feeding off of? And it's like it's cool to see not many genres of a hobby or business can do that, I feel like, in our sense, you know, and it's cool to
Absolutely.
see two creative eyes, three creative eyes with Pedal moving on her own. But
Absolutely.
that was a cool tidbit of the shoot because then other photographers came up behind us and were like, "Oh shit, I didn't see this going on over here." Like it was in just a super dope corner of the space, and you know we killed it on both of our ends. And kudos to you for
Absolutely.
your work with her on that set too. So
Appreciate you, brother. And I want to highlight that too, because you know what? From that instance, it's in my repertoire, it's in my bag. But the way that you had such a nonchalant approach to it, it's almost as if you don't take yourself serious, but you take yourself very, very serious. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but how, sometimes for me, I can get all caught up in the lighting, making sure it's perfect and making sure it's
yeah,
that. You came up and it was just like bang, 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 and just got the perfect shots, right? Some direction, but it was more so of like capturing the moment right there and slowly moving it. Where sometimes I can get caught up in trying to create a whole different scene or a whole different mood. So from
yeah,
that point, I really appreciated how you came about and you just captured what you saw and you made slight adjustments and you made it look so effortlessly. Like it's not even no joking because you on my pod. I mean that. And from then,
thank you.
I kind of took that and reminded myself of that because I have that. But sometimes you can get in your own way, especially when you have all the gear and stuff. Like you just
Yeah,
got to get the perfect shot. But sometimes the shot is just right there and just take it, and it's gonna be
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. And
Yeah,
that's like I feel like that a lot of times post shoot too. Like I get back to my editing bay and I'm just like, man, I could have done so much different, better stuff when I was there. But that's that's for the next time out. You know, because when
absolutely,
so much of what we do is capturing moments more than taking pictures, I feel like, and it's the way Pedal moved a hand or someone moves their eyes, they look a certain way. Like I always tell clients and models I work with, candids come out way better than anything I plan. Like
100%.
candids are going to be what your body does, what you are just doing naturally on your own. It's just me kind of glancing at how you move, and I'm like, ooh, yep, she fell into a hip this way. Let me snap that. You know, so it's just capturing those moments when you get them. And there's always we can always critic our work and say I could have done better. I should have
Absolutely,
done this. I should have done that. No, you shouldn't, because that wasn't the moment for it. It will be next time with someone else, and you learn from the moments you've had in the past. And I still feel
absolutely,
like I'm learning constantly because I'm learning so many different things with each person too. So
absolutely. No, it's
yeah,
real. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that
yeah.
insight. Magical. My first question on here scripted is a steal, complete steal from my favorite movie, which is Brown Sugar, where the main question throughout the movie is when did you fall in love with hip hop? So of course, me stealing it and me reframing it, I would like to ask you, my friend, when did you fall in love with photography?
I was ready for this question because I've seen the other episode, so I knew this was coming.
I gotta wait to put it up, man. I want the organic feel when you hear it.
That's right. Well, for me, it started videos first, actually, and it was
Really?
I was a videographer first and a photographer second. So the video stuff, it's a funny origin story, but it started with me making home movies on my iPhone 6 with my cousins going to Vegas.
Really?
I started making just mini hype music videos of just us,
Mm,
going to the clubs, eating food at the food court, splashing in the pool, like whatever it was, any moments, candid things I captured. It like each trip we went on, I gathered more and more, and put it in iMovie back then, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Looks like our own mini Hangover, you know?
That's exactly what I
Like,
was thinking about when you said
yeah,
that.
that we lost Doug, you know? Like, so it organically came from that. And in each trip all of our cousins and I went on, we were like, they kept watching the videos and they're like, you're actually getting, pretty good at this, like, why don't you start to do this? So I fell in love with videography first and then taught myself photography second. Because
Mm.
my first client, Tamara, if you're watching, shout out. That's my big sis.
Hey,
But
shout out to you.
I started in the bodybuilding industry, so
Okay.
a lot of my first clients were female bikini competitors and fitness models. Uh, and so she was my first one that I, reached out to many years ago, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for content and this and that." It just hit it off. She goes, "Oh, do you do photos?" I was like, "Yeah." No, I didn't. But we fuck around and find
Figure it
out.
out.
Yep. I'll never forget that first shoot with her. My camera fell off the tripod. It wasn't locked in
Really?
straight. Oh yeah, it was a mess. Like I was so nervous. I'm like, God dang it. Like what a first impression.
Yeah.
But honestly, it like I fall in love with photography, I think like each time I do it
Yeah.
because like I'm we know we all have our mental blocks and our creator blocks and things like that
Absolutely.
where we just look at our camera and go, why am I doing this? Like I
Yeah.
feel nothing. I have nothing in
Absolutely.
the tank. But then we see something that inspires us, whether it's a color, a story, a script, something else from movies that people shot, and we're like, you know what, yeah, I can get up and go do this again. So I think I wouldn't say it's every a moment that I fell in love with photography, but I keep falling in love with it because it's like
Mm.
the next thing hits and hits better than I'm like thought I ever could experience in the past. And
Absolutely.
I think I'm chasing that feeling every time because it's like a euphoric
Like a
chase.
high.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I fall in love with photography every time I, hit a button or hit something that I'm like makes me go ooh, like that thing.
Hmm.
So I think I continually fall in love with it more as I do it. Honestly,
Love it. Yeah. It's so easy to fall out of love with it because
I kind of
of
lost you on there. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
It's kind of spotty. Hold on, let's see.
It's me. I'm gonna reconnect it real quick. Oh, there it goes. We're good. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're still kind of spotty a little bit.
Okay. Give me a sec.
You'll come back. Picture Perfect's on his way back in. I don't know if this is recording the whole thing, but if it is, liquid gold. Mandalorian says what's up too for the people. While we take an intermission, go ahead and sub to my boy's pod and subscribe to his YouTube because it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, I told you Spectrum was gonna let me down at some point.
That's okay. I said some cool shit when you were gone.
Luckily, it still records, so when
I
I get
saw
the
that.
final draft, it's
Yeah,
gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have it. I might
I
keep it
saw
in.
that.
No, I like it. I don't even know where I was going with it, but based off of what you said, oh, it's so easy to fall out of love with photography because it feels oversaturated because we get to see it all the time on our phones. But those that truly love it, you get a sense of it, and those are the ones that you want to tap in with. And that was the reason why I knew I had to sit down and get a conversation because I could see there's a love of it, even if it comes off jokingly or whatever. Yeah, I know there takes a lot of different emotions and humor you have to utilize to really get the shot. So I definitely see that from you.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely, brother. My second scripted question, since you've already seen some of them, is first camera. And specifically, did that first camera find you or did you find it?
I found it because I didn't know shit. I
What
found
was it?
it. I think it was a Rebel TI. I
Ooh,
think I want to say, yeah.
yes, sir. My
And
first one was
strictly,
T3i.
yeah, I think it was a Rebel TI, and I thought it would be a cool idea to get like a second B-roll camera, so I had like a camcorder, you know, and I was
Yikes.
like, yeah, let me throw that up there too for another angle. The angle was horrible, like it's filming a fitness video on the other side, not even in frame. I'm like, Like, the stuff you look back on you first started, you're like, oh my God, what was I doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a Rebel TI, and it was just, I think it was maybe on sale at Best Buy is why I got it, and I'm just like, I got to pick something up and just try it. And mind you, I had no former schooling on it. I just taught myself, and I'm just like, all right, let me figure what this button does. Well, that
Yep.
doesn't do shit. Okay, let me go back. So outside my iPhone 6 back in the day, it was a Rebel TI, Cannon Boy. Yep.
Yikes. What lessons still ring in your ear from those rebel days that you keep still in your frontal lobe?
Hmm. Like we talking camera specs or
Camera specs or even like perspective that you had at that time of having that camera and navigating and pressing those buttons or trying to
mhm.
create those visuals, like what are those beginning lessons
Yeah.
that you still remember to this day to help you navigate through?
Yeah, yeah. I think I learned to develop a blueprint, like
Mm,
what I like to do as far as a mental checklist. Now, mind you, I don't write shit down as I shoot, but it's
absolutely.
like it's what is it, like muscle memory. It's like I find
Yep.
myself doing some of the same things,
Yep.
and
An agenda.
yeah, I think it comes with experience too. For any camera user, it's like once you get that experience, it trains you to like, get the basics down, like learn your exposure, learn your aperture, like look at your landscape too before and see what you're trying to incorporate with that first. Because a lot of times, what I do to this day still is I'll, before the model's even there, I'm looking at the scape and the studio where I'm at, and I'm like, all right, what is she bringing with her? Because I've seen her outfits already. I'm like, what is she bringing with her? What are we going to accomplish with this? If we change it to this side, what does this do? So I think a blueprint early on really helps you. Now, mind you, you don't have to have it to succeed. You don't have to have a blueprint. I don't think. I think you can just figure it out too. But a blueprint
Absolutely.
definitely gives you some like one, two, threes and makes you feel more
Yep.
confident.
Yep.
And because I think back to that first day, if I knew now what I know back then, like if I could take what I have today and bring it back there, oh, game over. Like, but I think that comes with the experience and learning the steps that worked and didn't work. So the blueprint has evolved over the years for sure, and a checklist of just things I like to do or see, and then for my subject who's in front of me. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's dope. I like it. Definitely agenda, and it just helps to give you that peace of mind because a lot of people, client models or whatever, think that it's just effortless, but no, no, no. There's things in my head that's I gotta remember to do or that I would like to do, and then what I gotta do for you as
Hmm.
the person in front of the camera. So definitely having some type of blueprint, some type of floor plan to be able to navigate just makes it that much easier.
Yeah. Like there's I forget the guy's name, but he makes so many cool viral reels. But he's like, the caption was like, well, I don't know why it takes so long. All I have to do is click a button. And he's like, all right, then you do it. I'm gonna crank that ISO all the way up to 51,000. I'm gonna
The
change
one
the
he has
aperture
the camera
down.
all the way up here and you only see his head. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna crank that ISO all the way up to 51,000. Turn that aperture down to 2.8. Should turn the shutter speed to 1/10, and you figure it out. Yeah, so there's
Horrible
definitely,
pictures.
yeah, there's definitely a lot behind the lens that comes with experience, and that I have thankfully taught myself and still teach myself to this day, because I think you can learn this craft so many different ways. And
Absolutely.
while there are masters of photography, of course there is in history, I think I can learn from the person next to me and be like, hey, why'd you shoot that? Like why'd you go f5 versus f2? Like we all know those basic things there, but like what made you want to shoot that instead? So I think
Mm,
there's always more stuff to learn from other people,
absolutely.
and truly to humble yourself and let ego go out the door, because
Absolutely.
that's how we build each other up, and other creatives who might be on the edge of putting a camera down for good. No, no, pick it back up. Let me shoot. Like, what do you want to shoot? How do you want to shoot it? Let's get together. How, what's your mission for it? So there's always something to learn from somebody and to share it to your next person, for sure.
100%. Do you still have your rebel?
No, probably should have kept it as like a momentum piece, but
Yeah.
that thing was, the last camera trades to contribute to the next one.
Absolutely,
Those are
100%.
fun. Those are funds for the level up.
Absolutely. I only asked because I've interviewed a few people now that started with the Rebel,
Uh-huh.
and I just feel a need to do like professionals that take great photos and go back in time to those Rebel days, a Rebel
Yeah,
shoot or whatever.
yeah,
Because I just feel like so many people started there. You telling me that just made me think of something like that, of just going back to those original camera days in the landscape that we're currently in, and just keep it simple and just fire away. Because I'm sure we can still create some fire with them rebels. I don't know what number they on, T99 or whatever, but
for sure. Yeah, who knows? And that's the thing too. It's like gear has come so far, and we're grateful for it, but it also doesn't make the artist. It helps the artist,
100%.
but I think the artist is what makes the art. And even if you take it back to a 35 millimeter, whatever you shoot on back in the day, develop the film, you can capture something super dope and it be grainy in film, because it's just what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, while the gear has advanced a lot and it helps us, it doesn't make the artist. But yeah, throwing it back to those days, I've got a couple ideas in the future I'm gonna try to do where I like thrift old Canons and do
Mm,
a retro shoot but modern with helping out with some lights or things like that, or just kind of just a
absolutely.
cool concept built around. Like there's I think it's a SX740. It's an old Canon, but it was like a telephoto zoom built in where
Hmm.
it's like the 2x zoom, grainy as hell, 20 megapixels I think. But I've
Yeah.
wanted to do a shoot with just that and one strobe and see what comes out of it. Now, granted, it doesn't have a hot shoe; it's point and shoot, but
Mm,
get you get a constant light like one of mine I have, and just do that one light and a shoot with that and see what I can create. So I got some cool stuff I want to experiment and go back in time a little bit too. Yeah,
absolutely. Let me know if I could be a part of that.
let's
That
do it.
definitely tickles my fancy.
Throwback fits.
Hey, let's make it happen. I'm with it. It
That's
fits.
it does. It does.
I like it, man. I like it. First shot is the next question. You kind of talked about it, of getting the shot with the bodybuilder.
Hmm.
But what lessons from that first shot, that first opportunity that you got, helps you to continue to be a great photographer today?
So that I feel is a contribution to the poses and things I do now. Because if you look at the bodybuilding industry, they are down to the millimeter of posing
Yeah,
themselves. And
yeah,
I kind of didn't think of it until years later, where I'm like, you know what, my detail in posing might stem from being around at the time, Tamara, she went to the Olympia and she was top 15 in the world at that time in 2016.
really,
Yeah, so she did her competition thing back in the day. And at that point, she was in her, earlier 30s against young 20s who were still trying to compete. So
yeah,
she was 10 years older and doing it 10 years better.
yeah,
But she is still a posing coach to this day, actually, too. And I think being around her, and I filmed so many countless YouTube videos of her posing sessions with her clients, she would be down to the fraction of a detail of how to turn your ribs, how to turn your obliques,
mm,
how to look a
yeah,
certain way. You look at the judges, you turn this and show your personality. And it was in a way masking itself as a lesson for me. And
mm,
that first session led to the details in the meticulous poses of one of the greats of her craft. And I think I take that, learning the poses and seeing the details from her when watching her do her work, it subconsciously became part of my psyche, because
absolutely,
watching her and filming her all those years, it was like a scientist. Like countless girls she coached to the top 10 and top fives because she would be like, "No, your rib cage is fucked up here. We got to turn you this way. Nope, relax
yeah,
your hand, shake out your hand, and bend, put it back down. When you look at the judge, glance over your shoulder and roll a shoulder first." I mean, you could go on and on for the little tips that she gave. And it's funny because
absolutely.
I kind of say the same shit today, but with a model twist. So
Mm,
not bodybuilding specific, but building your body in a way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I like that. My wife has competed in a few bikini competitions when we were out
Oh,
in Hawaii.
yeah.
and she still trains like it to this day. But she hasn't competed since we've been here. But her going through her journey gave me some perspective too, which I paid attention to it, but I don't think I have to the degree what you just said. But maybe I was, because that had me paying attention to, like, seeing her pose in the mirror, me helping her, and not knowing what the hell I was doing. But seeing her go through it and learning it, I think I did utilize that when it came to working with models or clients in general, to help them get the best angle for themselves,
Oh, for
and
sure.
to get certain things popping that should be popping, and hiding the things that should be hidden.
Yeah. And then now you see like a model on a set and you're like, okay, you took the picture, something's not right. What can I fix? Oh wait, move your hip this way. Oh, there it is. Like so you know, you develop little cues like that and you're seeing a model on set and you're like, well now I know how to fix this. Because one you've probably known her good side, like she has told you she likes her left or her right, but then the confidence shows when she dips a certain way. And you can tell the confidence in her facial expression, her body composition. She feels way more empowered going to her left than to her right. And then, so whether that be an arched pose on the couch or she's crossing her leg to lean and look a certain way, like, and you can do a minute detail of a fix, and that, you know, it makes the whole canvas look way different because it exudes confidence within her now, too. But it changed the
Absolutely.
little flaw that, you know, we caught when we took the picture, too. So,
How do you navigate posing in your journey, and outside of just humor? I mean, maybe that's the only tip that you give, but how do you help somebody with their confidence when it comes to posing? Do you find yourself having to navigate through that?
yes. Because a lot of times, like I'm sure you know, like some of the women that we come across, like they feel like they're not worthy enough, or like, oh, I get this so many times. Oh, I've seen who you work with. I can't be like them. You don't have to be. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but you aren't so and so. You're not her. Like, you are you. You know. So we're gonna make the
absolutely.
best version of you come out on that camera. You know, and you're not gonna like every single shot. No one does. Like you, we take thousands of pictures. If they like 20%, we did our job. Like because
100%.
you can nitpick at every little thing and zoom in closer and see strands of hair this and my eye flex this whatever. But no, I navigate with confidence by just telling them like, yeah, you should be here, you know, like, and I help with the posing. It does make a very big difference to help them be more at ease, and it's, you know, it's a safe place to be yourself, because that's what you should be. You should be nothing but yourself. And I've done this a couple of times in past, because a lot of the sad thing with some bodybuilders is they have body dysmorphia post show. You know, they feel like they're too fat or they're this or that. Mind you, they still got six packs.
Is popping,
Yeah.
quads is still popping.
Yep. And I'll never forget Anna, not Godmother Rush, another Anna, but Anna is a girl I used to shoot for competitions, and she had a hard time one time after her show that she won, and you know, rebounded, and I said, you know what, come see me right now, like on your off season as you are right now. And she's like, you sure? And like, you know, it's a project I wanted to do to show her like, yes, this is a body that you can do this on stage, and you can
Yeah,
also look like this leaned up against a
absolutely.
fence in the backyard. Like,
That's
and
key.
so in her peak off season, she had a shoot that she trusted the process and brought her to tears because she had suffered so hard with thinking she wasn't this or too fat or this or that. I'm like, no, just because you don't have these six brownies on your stomach and, you know, six lines going everywhere, you can
Yeah,
still be confident and sexy over here too. So
absolutely.
you each person's different with their confidence level, I feel like, but I personally have gauged, you know, which level they're at and how to next help them through stuff. Maybe they don't like certain poses. No worries. Let's toss it out. Let's try something different. What do you like? Like you said, you like your left. Have you ever tried looking over your shoulder? Do you like laughing? Do you smile in pictures? Let's talk about your breathing. So I think each level of confidence is so different with each client, but the comedy aspect helps. Not all of it, but that is a big piece. And then I feel like I'm just able to bring that out of them with showing the real them. Like, you don't have to look like anyone else on my profile. No, this is about you. We're here right now, and it's about no one else but you. Let's get you the best version of yourself, you know?
Absolutely. No, I
Yeah.
like that. How do you navigate personally? Because I mean, and bikini models are they're accustomed to looking great in less. How do you navigate between um uh, uh, uh sexual versus sensual?
Mm, good question. Like I always tell people that I come across, I'm like, to be blatantly honest, can I say anything on here? I can say anything, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like
Yeah,
anyone,
I own it. You're good.
okay, anyone can take a picture of
Well,
ass
you
and
two
tits.
might be mad.
Right, right, right. Like we'll bleep if we need to, but anyone can take a picture of ass and tits. Like,
100%.
but it's like, okay, you're taking a picture of a beautiful model. I get it, but what's the story you're telling behind her beauty? Like,
Mm,
I sometimes will always have a better confident photo of someone in an evening gown, like actually at the mansion shoot is why I loved that so much because you had all these designers and all these fits, right?
yep,
Some in full ball gown, covering
yep,
everything. So then,
yep.
okay, what do you how do you make that look sensual? Easy. Staircase this, pose a certain way
Yeah,
this. So I
yeah.
think the difference between sexual and sensual, sensual tells the story. I
Mm,
think there's so much you can do sexualizing, and you know the industry we're in. It's sad to see how much sexualizing goes on, and I don't think it should be that way because there's so much creativity that can be told in the story. Like again, how are you capturing herself? Yeah, she might be like, you know, she might have a shot she wants topless of her back, but also what's your lighting like? What are you telling in the story of?
yeah,
Like, does she have like battles she's been through in her life, and maybe
yep,
that's her vulnerability showing
yep,
towards you, and like she's feeling that confidence again to be like, "Yep, I am who I thought I was," you know.
yep.
So for me, it's always been like you can freeze a moment in time and tell a story more than a picture. I feel like, you know, and that's I think where the sensuality comes out of is you can tell a lot of someone's story with that sensual nature of their photos and how you pose them too, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great response. I was all that's the first time I asked that, but I know that you work in a space with very confident. So sometimes it's apparent and sometimes it may not be, but the body is on display in tasteful manner. But if somebody on the outside is looking at it, like how do they interpret the difference? And us photographers can tell the difference because like you said, if there's a story that's told with it, whether it's known, sometimes it's known, sometimes it isn't, but you can kind of we can kind of gauge on what's going on there. But how do you navigate from the non-photographer perspective of oh, it's just shaking shots of ass and tits like you said, but sometimes the ass and tits tell a story. And it depends on how you shoot it, right? If it's
Exactly.
if it's moody, right? If the posing is there, if the lighting is there, right? All of that tells a story. So, and I've seen you do that numerous times, and I was always curious how you navigated through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because you can even tell a story with different colors. I mean, different colors are going to
Yep,
look a certain way depending on what you're
yep,
shooting too. And there's
yep.
there's a YouTube vlog I have coming out soon, but it's one I've been sitting on like all my other shit that I have so much. I'm like, should I post this? I'm like, yes, I need to post. But I did last year. I did a Mulan inspired photo shoot with a model friend of mine, but she was in a bikini. But if you look at my vision for what I'm going to say in the video, and I'll kind of leak it right now, but it's if you look at the poses I had her hit in the shoot, they resemble poses from the movie Mulan in the cartoon specifically. So if you look at our mood board, we have shots specifically that match the cartoon,
Okay,
and because it just
that's
plays
dope.
into something I had a fun time with, I was like, you know what, I want to kind of mess with the color red, but I want to mess with this posing and that posing. So it to the untrained eye, it might not be seen, but when you cross reference and like little Easter eggs, you look at certain shots and what I'm going to share in the video too, you'll be like, oh, like so that's where that came from. So and it's just it's a cool thing that allows us to be creative and tap into something different that you can literally use anything and start a photo with it. Like you can see a piece of history and be like, I kind of want to utilize this and photograph this for my next thing, or draw inspiration from anything you see. You know.
Yeah. Do you think that foundation of starting off with video allows you to be a thinker like that? Because that's advanced, and I don't think a lot of people put that much emphasis on the on the shoot
Yeah.
or posing. But
Yeah.
that's really good though,
Yeah.
right? Like taking the effort and time, storyboarding and all that good stuff. You think your foundation is doing videos, even if it was hangover like videos, but that's
Yeah,
still a great movie,
yeah.
right? Do you think that contributes to how you approach things?
I think so because also when you think videos, right, you got to capture a moment as it moves. And like unless it's scripted and you're shooting a movie, sure. But if you're going
Absolutely.
docu style and you're trying to get a raw, authentic reaction or something, like you got to be quick and ready and observe it. And that's what has always been my childhood dream and still is. But for some reason, movie trailers are like I wanted to be a movie trailer editor. Was my first
Mm,
real big thing I wanted to do because the fact of like getting someone's attention for 2 minutes and you have to keep them hooked
yeah,
and then say coming
absolutely.
to theaters in 4 months, I'm like, chills. And then it can be any genre. It can be a Peaky Blinders vibe. It can be a
Yeah,
doomsday vibe. It can be a chick flick. But what is the story behind it? And it's those clips and those, now those are scripted and filmed, of course, but they're still capturing moments. But
absolutely.
yeah, I think those moments early on in the video, you learn how to like catch the moment for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. No, that's deep. I appreciate you sharing that. That's definitely something I gotta keep in my tool bag. I definitely try to put that on display, but I definitely got some work to do to mold it to where I want it to be.
Yeah. What I like too, what we're doing, it's and what you do and what I do and the next creator does, it all evolves. And I
Absolutely,
think the more we stay consistent, the more we crank out work, the more we inspire one another too, for sure.
absolutely, absolutely, 100%. Uh, Next scripted is in a flash speed round. I haven't been too speedy on these, but I'll try to be speedy this time. But I give you a chance to pick your or expound on your answer. So it's a this or that.
Okay.
Um, and you can expound on your answer, but um, in a flash, do you prefer to shoot with strobe or natural light?
Natural light.
Why is that?
What you see is what you get. I've always been a
Love
fan
it.
of that. Specifically, I love harsh sun. People think I'm crazy, but I'm like, not get me that model at noon and let's see what we can do. The worst possible light. I think too why I do that is because it challenges me. Give yourself the worst lighting condition, but like we said,
Make it
telling
work.
stories. Like we said, telling stories. See what you tell at that story at high noon on sun. You're gonna be like, oh shit, what can I? But I have fun with that for sure.
Yeah, no, I like it. I struggle with natural light. Not that I can't do it. I'm just I was brainwashed to think that you had to light everything, and I'm trying to slowly break myself out of that, and just use what God give us
Yeah,
every day, and
good
take
point.
make the best out of it. So, I definitely was bamboozled to think that you needed a flash or a constant light on everything, but sometimes even a light coming from a light pole or some shit. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
something
from
natural
from
you can.
headlights.
Yeah, something natural can come out dope. Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I like that. You got a new model or model in front of you starting out posing. Do you initially give the pose, or do you allow them to move freely and then tweak from there? Which one you choose? This or that?
Little bit of both. Because
Okay.
if from their Instagram they have showcased that persona on videos and their natural personality, I go, well, what do you like? Something I always, every time I ask, what's your good side? Because even if they say, oh, I don't know, during this happens every single time. While I'm asking the question, they drop into a good side,
Mm.
and they may not even see it. And I'm like, you just did it right there. It's your left. Because subconsciously they're going to go to their good hip, their good face, their good whatever. So it's a little bit of both. I sometimes see how well girls move on their own, and I'm like, it's going to be easy. Do your thing. And then sometimes they love the flow better. They love the flow over the direction. And I don't want to mess that flow up because they do so well. They give me two Mississippis and move to the next thing.
Yeah, I like it. Nah, 100% agree with that. This or that in a flash. And this is all freestyle, by the way, so that's why it might feel a little rusty.
I
But I
love it.
think I got a good one.
I'm
Your work
I'm
get
big on the freestyle.
your work on display on name big highway, Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard on a big billboard or a viral photo on social media, this or that? Which one will probably be more important for you or mean more?
I'm gonna say a billboard just because I haven't had one yet.
Mm,
Everything we see on
nice.
social media is great, of course, and the next viral video or next viral photo on social media will go and do what it does. But a billboard says like someone saw it in a different way, and like whether it's be in Times Square on one of the giant screens, and or like you said on a billboard going down Sunset or what have you, like someone took the time to go. This should be on a like this should be somewhere. So that I think on a billboard, that would be something I totally would be the guy to go in front of my own photo and go like this. That I the
We
second
gotta
I
make it
get that,
happen.
the second I get that, I'm gonna go to Times Square and be like, I took that.
Nah, that's a great feeling. And that's different, right? Like everybody doesn't strive for that. Everybody doesn't get the opportunity for that. Obviously, you could pay for it, but because it almost seems like a old school form of advertisement,
Yeah,
quote unquote,
yeah,
that a lot of people don't even desire it. But to get that, especially on the magic that you're creating, that'll be special.
for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that. I limit my inner flash to 3 questions because I don't want to drag it anymore. My freestyling might be coming to an end, so it's a good way for me to transition.
We're like Power 106.
You know what I'm saying? Hot 97. I'm from the East Coast, so I try to make it flip.
Yes, sir.
My next segment is Ocean App. It's like to play on like the slang or jargon of you see something that is amazing and it kind of threw you back and like, oh snap,
Mm-hmm.
something it really took you back a little bit. But gear or something photography related that you have your eye on purchasing here soon. Oh snap.
And I do this for a different taste and a different challenge, but I'm looking at a Fuji,
Really?
and I've always
Which
been
one?
a I still look at well there's a few I have saved, but I'm doing my research on an XM5
Okay.
and kind of the XT3 because I know the XT4 is out already, so it like makes the XT3 cheaper.
Yep, absolutely,
But
100%.
I've always been infatuated when you see travel photography vlogs and they're shooting those beautiful contrasting colors with a Fuji. Oh, like
Yes.
just the
Yes.
natural raw colors a Fuji gives you. And it's like an
Yes.
old school feel, like it's old school tech, you know? Like it's something
Absolutely.
new. I'm a Canon boy through and through, so Canon, please sponsor me. Um, but
Me too.
yeah, but something about the Fuji colors like make you like transported back 2 decades,
Absolutely.
and like it's those moments that give you a little more character for sure. So I'm thinking of a Fuji body coming here soon, but for a different style, whether that be more street photography that I haven't done. I'll probably use that for cars and coffee because I love shooting cars as of late as well. But
Okay.
to see cars in a like an old school Fuji body, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, I love it.
yeah,
Um, Fuji is one of those top dogs that just doesn't get enough respect. Like if you know, you know.
yep.
And I kind of kicked myself in the butt because when I first got the T3i, not really doing research, I just went with Canon. 'Cause Canon was the biggest one, the brand that I recognized. But then I started to see more and more about Fuji, and I was like, oh. I
Mm-hmm.
just spent 600 on this camera, but Fuji got all these nice cameras because I
Yep.
bought mine, at the on base when I was in Virginia. But yeah, I kind of knocked it because not being smart, I was like, well, there's no full frame, and all these videos saying you gotta have full frame. They and I didn't even partake, but yeah, like you said, the colors, even the feel and the structure of the camera
Yeah.
is beautiful. It almost gives like a film vibe to it.
Love it.
Lovely.
It's like they're
Love Fuji.
bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's like in the camera scheme of things, Fuji is John Wick. It's like
100%.
very quiet, very silent assassin, but everyone knows that's John Wick, like that's the boogeyman.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, I like that. Shout out to Fuji. Hey,
Yes,
Fuji,
yes,
you can
sir.
sponsor both of us too. We both
That's right.
fans of you.
That's right.
A couple more scripted questions. Shut her up. It's a play on shut up, like in disbelief or like taken back, almost similar to the last one, but more so geared towards an experience that you've had that you would like to share that's been very beneficial, that kind of was unexpected. You didn't expect to get a lesson like that. Shut her up.
Let me think of that too, because there's some interesting ones. There's some interesting ones I've had there. Yeah. Well, you know what too? It's full circle for some moments that we get, meeting people or, you know,
Hmm.
um, like just happenstance, what have you. And I might think of others later because I'll, go back in depth of the history of myself. But
Yeah.
gosh, what could I think about that? But it's like, I think seeing one particular, I have several, but to shout out Mandeezy, if you're watching, but
What up, man? DZ?
another one of my bodybuilders, right? But someone who has torn both her ACLs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mandeezy, but I think you tore both of them. But to see, her rise from the ashes, I guess you could say,
Hmm.
and I've shot with her countless times, can't tell you how many at this point, 10, 11, more than 12, who knows, but whether it be from bodybuilding focused or just a concept we came up with that we're like, yep, that's dope, let's shoot it. So I mean, and again, mind you, this is a model, a bodybuilder who goes from stage lean to off season peak, and she shoots all in between, you know but I think it's I've always been inspired by that story of this chick tore both ACLs, like, and she still came back to compete years later and do wellness on
Yeah.
top of that, like, and still
Yeah.
does, still is down to model and do the fun shit and the concepts that come to life. So I'm always taken back by her story because, again, through so much shit, like, anyone tears one ACL, they're gonna be like, I'm done. Like, but for her to go all in on both legs, because what's cool is I shot a video of her last year before she was about ready to compete, and back to the storytelling thing we were talking about. I
Hmm.
had a song picked out, I had the name of it and all that, and I called it Her Darkest Hour because a focus was for me the scars on her knees while she was training, and she always trained legs, right? So the leg workout was the focus of the video, but I wanted it to
Yeah.
feel like a sad documentary. Sad to
Mm.
some, but you see the resurrection throughout the process because you're focusing on the scars that you see, and it makes you
Yeah.
subconsciously think, damn, she tore both those and she's still doing
And
this. Like,
still doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I like, again, back to those moments and where even where we hope to go forward into our other craft and furthering our stuff and what we think about. But moments like that always get me, whether it be not only her but other stories you come across. But Mandeezy has always been one that I was like, I knew I had that video in my head and the song with it, and it was, I forget the name of the song, but Rihanna sang it at the end of Black Panther 2. Lift me up,
Mm.
hold me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I made it a point throughout the segment of the song, you'll see it's like lift me up and hold me down. She struggles on when it says hold me down, but her squat when she rises on her rep comes up with lift me up. So
That's dope.
for me, I always had that, like, that moment, and when I saw the video come together, it almost brought me to tears because I'm like, I made what I expected. Like this is a moment that took me back. So,
Yeah.
and she loved it, of course,
Cinematic.
and yeah, and she loved it, and she's never one to toot her own horn, but we're gonna toot it for her. So, Mandeezy, shout out to you. So,
Shout out to Man DZ.
yep.
Nah, it's dope. I see filmmaker vibes from you. Is that
Do you?
something in your near future?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to be, you know, pivoting to that, and not only pivoting to only do that, but expand into that sort of thing. Because I've always been obsessed with storytelling in my images, and I feel like storytelling in a different form, which is why I think I like doing YouTube now, and why I have so much to share on that side. While it might only be BTS and you're a fly on the wall at my photo shoots, you're like making a movie about it, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely filmmaking for me always gets the juices flowing. I'm a big movie buff myself. So yeah, if
Absolutely.
if filmmaking's in my future, I will not close that door.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I like it. And that is one hell of a transition because my next question is describe your shooting style using three movies. That's a
Ooh,
great job.
I already know one. Zoolander.
Zoolander, I can see
Zoolander.
that.
Zoolander, absolutely, because I use the blue steel scene about 5 times a vlog. That
Really?
that blue steel alone clip is like something I pivot off comedically 100%. So Zoolander would be one for sure. Um, but then two movies that describe my shooting style.
It could describe it, or it could be like something you have drawn inspiration from
Mm,
that you utilize while you shoot.
mm. That's a good one. Yeah, so Zoolander takes care of the funny part, that's for sure. But that's a good one. I'd have to even maybe give you a part two answer on that, but but shoot, like movie that describes the style, huh? That's a good question, Fitz.
Thank you. Thank you. I
That
came
is,
up with it myself. There was no AI utilized to
that's
come
right.
up with that one, I promise.
That's authentic. So you know what? I'm gonna pivot off of your pivot with this freestyle, because I can't think of a movie per se, but I will say I'm deeply inspired by music videos.
That's fair. Okay. I
So
like it.
especially like I don't know why, but just such an icon for me, Michael Jackson and how he made music videos.
Absolutely.
You could watch Michael Jackson music videos over and over again and come up with a new idea every time you watch them.
Every time.
Every time,
Absolutely.
because you'll catch something different from the way you make me feel that you didn't catch the second time you watched it, and you're like, "This is so dope!" Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
and plus, such a pioneer that he was in the music video scene. Like,
Absolutely.
speaking of movies, I mean, he made movies into music videos. You know,
Yes.
he told
Yes.
stories in those music videos. Like, so I
Yes.
find myself actually a part of my creative process is I will sit and watch music videos of artists of
Mm,
many different types. It could be country.
absolutely.
Not a big fan of country. Sorry, anybody out there who likes country, but I'm not the biggest fan. But it is what
No,
it
no,
is.
no Morgan Wallen fans here.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
like Morgan Wallen a
But
little bit.
like so many music videos, I think touch on my creative side where I'm like, ooh, that'd be cool to recreate that. So I find myself creatively watching music videos just to get new sparks.
Mm, okay,
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Growing up in the '90s, I mean, like that was the golden era of music videos. So anybody that was blessed to live through the 1900s and 90s, like you
The
had to be
best.
inspired by that.
The best
You
eras.
had to.
Yep.
Yeah. We were shooting the other day and we were using the mylar paper, crinkled it, put it
Yeah.
into the corner, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this like the Janet Jackson and Busta Rhymes video. What's it gonna be?"
Yep.
That was my correlation of a music video back in '96 or whenever it was.
Yep.
So it's funny you say that. I can respect that pivot.
Yeah. I feel like there's so
Yeah,
much creativity in the music video of that era too that I just revert back to, and I'm just like, man, there was some good shit back in the day. And so I'll keep watching old stuff and find new creative concepts even though I've seen them over and over again. Yep.
absolutely. Any directors or any directors that you like became fa- became fans of music video wise?
Not really, because I have to say I don't know the directors by name per se,
The
but
directors?
more
Okay.
so the artists. Yeah. So just
Okay, okay.
for me, and I'm sure of course it stems from the director with them too. So I wish I knew more of those
Absolutely.
names. But for me, just yeah, for it was Michael Jackson's era of his music videos and the stories they told, and so many of his stage setups. I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
where can I take that into? Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I like it. That's definitely that's definitely a good perspective to have. So impactful coming up through those times and it definitely allows you to create something different from any other photographer. Because you could look at your stuff and be like, okay, something is going on differently in his brain that goes on differently from others.
Yeah,
It's intriguing,
yeah,
honestly, and it's good to see that's where it kind of stems from.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, to pivot off the moment you said that, like, what's a moment that took you back, but it was a moment I expected, but also took me back because it's my pinned photo on my Instagram. I specifically booked this Airbnb for this photo. And it happened
really.
because I was scrolling through Airbnbs at Joshua Tree, and through the photos of an Airbnb, I saw this giant hat on the wall. And I'm like, that's dope. I didn't even look at the rest of the house. Like, I just knew I need that hat. And I knew who I had coming to the house and who was doing shoots. And I'm like, I'm gonna do that hat with this on this. And so it's my pinned photo of a beautiful photo. It's my favorite one I've ever taken. It's of a model. Her top half of her body's covered. You may have seen it, but it's the giant straw hat, and she's holding on to the outsides, and she's naked, but she's turned on her side, and she's in a
Yeah.
arched pose. For me, that's my favorite photo I've ever taken. Yeah.
I like that.
And it stemmed from me booking the Airbnb because I saw a hat on the wall. So you never know where
sometimes we
you
don't.
you never know where you find the inspiration.
Sometimes we don't need much.
Nope, exactly.
Like it. That's a great one. Um, where am I? Yikes. Final frame.
Like your
You
segment
you.
names, by the way.
Thank you. I tried to think about it and have them correlate with photography or whatnot.
Hell yeah, that's
Um,
dope.
so I've been sitting on these for. I probably thought of all this stuff. I haven't even changed much of it, but these are probably my notes from like a year and a half ago, and that's how long it took me to build courage or get organized to do some shit like this. So
Right there with you.
thank you,
But hey, kudos
thank you for
because you're
recognizing that.
you're here and you're doing it too. So shout out.
Yes, sir. No, appreciate you, brother. Final frame, your closing remarks. You kind of said it already earlier. You gave an example of going back to talk to yourself, but not to the video self. But when you first picked up a camera to do photography, what would be some of the advice that you would give yourself at that point when you booked that first gig and you're fumbling with the tripod and
Yeah,
shit's falling everywhere? What technical or non-technical? Like what advice would you give yourself at that point based off of the
non-technical.
knowledge that you have today?
Yeah, I'm gonna go non-technical, and I'm gonna say stay consistent because your consistency is better than 90% of what's around you. Like you're,
100%.
and not to say it's competition, but why others fail or happen to not want to go forward, they just
Yeah.
quit, you know?
Yep.
And so the consistency, I would say, took me further than I would have ever expected. So if I could go back to my young self who just picked up that camera, I would say stay consistent and just keep on posting because it may not be your 50th, it may not be your 1000th photo, but at some point there is one and there is a set that will just, make you keep that love forever or get your name where it needs to be, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't do it justice unless I didn't shout out my late mom because when I was gonna quit, before I even got my first client. We have no portfolio in the beginning. A lot of work can't be trusted when people don't know what we can do, right?
Absolutely.
3 or 5 months go by of DMs, no answer, a meeting here, but no portfolio to show yet. But I'm like, but I can do this. Watch what I can do. Examples like, and I come home one day and I told my mom I was gonna quit because I had a job and this makes no sense. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna give up.
Yeah.
But my mom saw the vision in me and how I kept teaching myself. Every night I would Google something different. Like, how do I get this? How do I shoot this style? What does this setting
Yeah.
mean here? And she's like, I want you to never stop the hustle. And that's the Easter egg. Then I'm saying it here for the first time, but that's the Easter egg hashtag. Every post I make is an homage to my mom because without her, I wouldn't have what I have now. And
Yeah.
that very next day after mom told me that, guess who sent me a DM? Tamra.
Really?
The very next day.
Yikes.
And so mom died about 10 years ago now, about a year after she told me that. And so
Hmm.
without her, I wouldn't be, the man or the artist I am here today without evolving from, just keeping with it.
Absolutely. Blessings to you, brother, and thank you, mom. You definitely, I mean, I'm sure she planted that seed a long time ago, but it sounds like at that moment it was the right amount of water poured on that soil to help it grow and to be what you are today. So that's dope, brother. Thank you for sharing that.
That's an homage for her. So, yep. And thank you for asking that.
Absolutely, 100%. We all inspired by something, man. A lot of times we don't get to, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people don't care to get to know the person behind the camera,
For sure.
and that was the main reason. That was the main reason to do this because I met a lot of great people in passing. I was like, oh, this guy's pretty dope. Okay, you would never know that, and sometimes as us as photographers, we're hesitant to show that, and I can say that for myself because even like my wife or other people like, yo, you gotta talk more, like you got personality. I'm like, I don't know if they want me to talk, but in reality I didn't want to talk. And I know we have so much to say. So I wanted to build something like this. One, to build community with people that I thought was super dope about the craft, and two, get to know people on a different level because I know we all have a story outside of just picking up a camera,
But yeah,
and really to bring two and two together so that we can continue to shine bright and be supportive. You know what I mean, of each other because the road sometimes gets lonely and
it does.
sometimes it's weary and we don't know left from right. But if you're in the same room with people with similar energy that are trying to go in the same direction as you, it kind of helps to reignite that fire that lies within us also. Thank you for sharing that with me, brother. I appreciate that. You definitely put some fire underneath me when I saw you getting them shots off with no light. I'm like, yo, I got three lights in here. He's shooting natural, and his shots came out way better.
Nah, it's just the versatility of the style, But that's again what moment caught with me from that night was it was cool because you had three creatives, the model and two photographers shooting two different styles, and that's the beauty of what we do with a camera. There's no right answer. There's
Absolutely,
there's no right answer to what's a good picture and what's a bad picture. Know your settings, know what you're trying to capture, and that's the one you're supposed to get, you know?
absolutely.
Yeah,
And we played off each other too,
for sure.
which is not always common when you're shooting with other creators. It's like I got to get my shot, get out my way. It was like,
Yeah,
no, 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 go ahead, brother, eat,
yeah.
eat, eat, eat.
And that's what
And
they're
oh,
there for.
okay, my turn now.
That's what
Yes,
they're there for. The community
yes,
of that is, which shout out to all of our hosts. So many to list, but shout out to
absolutely,
all those hosts that put that amazing thing on. But yeah, that's
absolutely.
what it's there for. It's like, hey, mind if I work in with you? Like when you go to the gym,
Yeah.
mind if we work in together? Of course. And look what it created. It created other people looking at us from behind, going, "Damn, what's going on over there?" Now, Pedal helped us out
Yeah.
tremendously, so that was great.
100%. 100%. She's definitely a star that shines bright when she's in the building.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. No, I like it, brother. I appreciate you again for sharing your greatness with me and allowing me to break bread, quote unquote, with you and to highlight your story
Yeah.
and share your
Thank you.
story and your perspective because I mean the word photo god very, very much. And you are definitely one that are spiritually and psychologically advanced with a camera, so you're definitely a god with it. So please let the people know where they could tap in with you and follow up with you, socials, and leave them with a quick gem so they can tap in with you.
For sure. Well, shout out to you for putting on a platform like this. And Photo God takes one to know one. So right back at you for that. But
Thanks,
follow
brother.
me on everything. Instagram is KMM Productions, K two M's and the word Productions. My YouTube is also the same. If you search KMM Productions on YouTube, you will find me doing all the poses you love to see. So, and a lot more to
Hey,
come too.
and if you tap into his Instagram, you're gonna see him. You can't tell by the angle that he has, but he's a gym goer faithfully, and he got the best fits on the internet. So make sure you tap in and comment on that as well.
And yes,
I don't ever say nothing, but I always appreciate when I see you do stuff like that.
well, you'll appreciate what's coming because we got some stuff delivered tomorrow. So,
And your shoe game is crazy. Like
thank you.
I
Yeah.
I it's not that I don't expect it, but I'm like, oh, okay, where did those come from? That I didn't see you. I didn't see that sauce coming, but you
Yeah,
got some sauce with your shoes, man.
thank you. It's minimal sauce. It's a little bit of dab of sauce, but you know, it's something. It's a little bit.
It works, man. Hey, Picture Perfect's conversation is a wrap with my guy. It's been a pleasure. Again, I've been a fan of yours from afar. I knew who you were before I knew who you were, based off of having mutuals and seeing some of the work I saw that was produced. And then when I got to be shoulder to shoulder with you, I knew the man was real, the myth is real. And I appreciate you, and being able to continue to grow alongside you. And I look forward to the stars continuing to align and working beside you again, and making some of these projects and these dreams and whatever the hell else we want to create come true. So thank you again, brother. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And my little gem to leave everybody with is you don't have to compare yourself to one other person. Just compare you to you from yesterday. And that's all you got to worry about. Because that's all I try to do, and that's all
Absolutely.
everyone should try to do, and just get better on their own.
Absolutely. Each and every day is an opportunity to do that, and definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah.
If you ain't picked your camera up in a while, pick it up.
Yep.
Go shoot some rocks,
That's
some
right.
roses,
Something.
go shoot some cars.
Just go
It
shoot.
don't even matter. They ain't always gotta be a model. It's always great when you can actually talk to something that can move.
Yeah.
But
Go meet some
if you don't
strangers on
have
the
that
street.
opportunity,
Meet some strangers on the street
or
and see what their story's like.
or that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Just make sure you're safe though, because it's weird times.
True. Yeah. Make sure you're in the right part of the neighborhood. So,
Yeah. Go when the sun is out. Don't go
right.
out. I wouldn't
Don't go
recommend
out
at
after
night.
curfew. But yeah, I appreciate you
Appreciate Jake.
having me too, and I am excited for what the future holds for both of our creative minds. And let's do some cool shit together.
Absolutely. Count me in, brother. I'm sold.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
you.
having
Picture
me.
Perfect conversation. My guy, my photo guy. Y'all tap in with him and see all the great work. More to come, I promise. All right, brother.
It's good to see you, man. You have a good one.
Yes, yes, sir.
I'll
You
talk
too.
to you soon.